Hey everyone, welcome back to Philippines Update. This is Ashley, and today we're diving into one of the biggest steps in getting settled in the Philippines, buying your own car. I am going to teach you and give you helpful tips in purchasing your first car here as a foreigner. We will also cover insurance and driving culture. So if that's something you would like to know, let's get started. Yes, foreigners can legally own a car here. There are no nationality restrictions for vehicle ownership. You can fully own a vehicle in the Philippines as a foreigner. You do not need to put it under your spouse's name, 100% yours. The only thing you'll need is a proof that you're in the country legally. This usually means a valid passport with an active visa, your ACR card or Alien Certificate of Registration, which is basically your foreigner ID here in the Philippines. As for driving, you can use your foreign driver's license for up to 90 days if it's in English. After that, you'll need to convert it to a Philippine driver's license at the Land Transportation Office. The process is simple. I made a video about it and I will link it in the description box below. In buying a car here, you have three main options: brand new from dealerships, used cars, and importing your own car. Importing is possible if you qualify under certain visas: 13A, 13G, SRRV, Balikbayan. But it involves customs clearance, taxes, and strict rules. Like, the car must be left-hand drive, weigh under 3 tons, and have been owned by you for at least 6 months before shipping. For most newcomers, buying locally, either brand new or used, is obviously the easiest route. Let me know in the comment section what kind of car are you thinking to buy. Are you considering buying an electric car, or are you opting for a nice used car? For any purchase, you'll need passport, visa, and/or ACR card, proof of address in the Philippines that could be utility bill or lease contract, valid driver's license. If you're buying a used car, the seller must provide original official receipt, OR from the LTO. This is the proof of last registration payment. Original certificate of registration, CR, or the legal proof of ownership. Multiple copies of the seller's government ID with signature, usually at least 3 to 5 signed copies. Just a reminder that if the seller's name on the CR doesn't match their ID, walk away. It's a sign the car might not be legally theirs to sell. You don't want to be driving a stolen car, right? Hit the like button if you agree. Another tip. In the Philippines, haggling is common, especially for used cars and smaller dealerships. But here's the thing, car dealerships often make more profit from financing than cash sales. That means paying cash may not always get you a huge discount. Instead of focusing only on the price, try negotiating for add-ons like free window tint, floor mats, full tank of gas, free first service checkup. Not only does this save you extra costs later, but it's also a friendly, non-confrontational way to get more value. Don't be shy to ask. Which reminds me that I need to ask you to subscribe. Please subscribe so I will be encouraged to make more helpful videos like this for you. Thank you. Now that you found your car and you haggle on the price, it's very important to not miss this step, especially if you're buying used car. Never skip an inspection. Bring along a trusted local mechanic or friend who knows cars well, a checklist for the engine, brakes, tires, lights, and air conditioning, a must here in the Philippines. A scan tool to check for hidden engine error codes. Even if the seller insists the car is perfect, a 1,500 to 2,000 peso inspection could save you from a 50,000 peso repair bill later. Once you've agreed on the deal, sign a deed of sale. Both you and the seller should keep original signed copies. If paying in cash, do it at a bank branch for safety. For bank transfers, use official receipts and document everything. Important! Never hand over full payment until you've confirmed the OR/CR documents are legitimate. This is your final step to making the car legally yours. You'll need deed of sale or CR proof of valid insurance, stencils of the engine and chassis numbers. LTO or an outside service can do this for a small fee. Pro tip, go to the LTO branch listed on the certificate of registration. This is the car's home branch. The process will be much smoother there. If it's far, you can request a transfer to your nearest branch for a small fee. At minimum, you need CTPL, compulsory third-party liability, insurance to register the car. This covers injuries to other people in an accident, but I strongly recommend comprehensive insurance for expats. It's relatively affordable here and covers theft, flood damage, and accidents. Let me know if you want me to cover insurances in the Philippines in another video. Leave a comment down below. Driving here is an adventure. Be prepared for motorcycles weaving between lanes, jeepneys, and tricycles, making sudden stops, flood-prone roads in rainy season. What most people say is, if you can drive in Philippines without getting into any accident, you can drive anywhere in the world. It's that complicated, especially if you live in big cities. But if you are in the countryside, you'll be perfectly fine having chill rides. Take your time adjusting, drive defensively, and consider a dash cam. It's a small investment that can save you a lot of trouble in case of disputes, or maybe do a driving refresher course. Once you've done all this, you're ready to explore. From weekend trips to Tagaytay to long drives to Baguio, your car will open up a whole new side of the Philippines. Remember, patience and preparation are key here. I hope this guide made the process clearer for you. If it helped, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more expat tips, and let me know in the comments. What's your dream first road trip in the Philippines? Thank you for watching and drive safe. See you on the next video.